My name is Matt Fertolino. I'm the Genesis Center teacher here at the Front Range. It's my genuine pleasure today to introduce Johnny Rodriguez to you guys. Johnny is crazy, but Johnny is not crazy in the way that you're thinking of crazy right now. Johnny is crazy in skill. Johnny is crazy in ambition. And most of all, he's crazy in heart. As a teacher of a space where we promote creativity, where we promote skill, above all of that, I promote stewardship, good stewardship of using the things God has given us for others. And Johnny does this incredibly well. I'm very excited for you guys to see a lot of the stuff he's worked on. I've been able to have a lot of time in the Genesis Center working with him, and he's just a great kid leader. So without further ado, let's give it up for John. Pressure teacher rules.
God gives everyone the freedom to have creativity and the choice to do good with it. I want to show you how through my various welding experiences, whether that be the SDL program that I am honored Front Range let me do, my Capstone experiences as well, and experiences just in life with tools and principles that have helped me that I want to explain to you, ways of being created for Christ and the ways to have creativity and goodness through it. But I want to take a step back and let you know a little more about me. When I was young, I worked in my dad's machine shop. I was raised to be a machinist, and I would work on kinds of Bridgeports, lathes, and I would powder coat and fabricate lots of parts with my dad. It was really fun, and my dad taught me most, if not all, of the basics and everything I need to know about how to work in a shop. And it was a lot of fun. One day I came home from school. I don't remember when, I don't remember how, but my dad was welding and cutting something with a acetylene torch in a brand new kit he bought. And he explained to me how he welded younger when he was a kid, working in various machine shops he had as well. From that moment, my dad taught me the basics of welding. And from then, I've not only grown, but furthered my skills and interests into welding to this day. When I was learning welding with all these projects and Capstone and SDL and going to CCD, I learned lots of machines and lots of styles. But I want to just show you real quick the 3 types of machines that I mainly use in my line of work prior to whatever project it may be. The first machine here is a MIG welder. This is kind of like driving an automatic car. It automatically spools the wire out and goes right into the metal using electricity plugged into the wall with also gas, if need be, to the metal. So it's pretty simple, it's pretty nice. They're all going to be in gun like styles, which is pretty convenient. As for the next one here, it's like basically, if you're getting my drift, driving a manual car. TIG welding is one of the most fun weldings I've ever experienced. It's like MIG, but you actually hand feed your rod, you manually control your gas, and then that's how, at your own pace, you weld your metal as well. Lastly, I want to show you stick welding. Stick welding is basically like one jumper cable and a rod, and you're gluing metal using electricity, which is fun, but kind of like the cavemanish style from these adaptive, which is, I have fun with it as well. The rod that comes with it is a flux core rod that is chemically embedded with all the more flux core needed properties to fuse the metal without gas. So it's just pure amperage running through this right into the metal. I use these all the time in my line of work. I find them to be very fun and very enjoyable. From using these welders, I feel a sense of pride and joy with them, knowing that I am able to accomplish the work I am able to do, knowing that it's Christ that gave me the skills to do it. Not from the world, but from Christ our Creator, who is also creative as well. I've learned that creativity and faith do align together, that God lays out principles and ways for us to be creative and to create and have creativity and goodness. As I mentioned, the Bible lays down the foundation for us, steps and ways to have good creativity and to create good. And that reflects from our Maker. I think it's important to know who our Maker is, how He is creative, and how knowing principles like time, preparation, and servitude comes with it and to play as well. I want to note that our maker took 7 days to create everything. He didn't just take 1 day. He didn't just take, half a day or 24 hours to cram everything in to make all of us and the heavens and the earth. He took 7 days. I think that not only reflects his love and character, but even more his creativity, showing even God prepares for the goodness of his own work and prepares it in a steady, fast time. I think it's good to know biblical tools, virtues, and principles in order to create in goodness and like the character of Christ's goodness as well. And most importantly, I think it's important to include God in your work and what you do. A verse I think corresponds with this is Proverbs 16:3. To commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. I believe by committing your work to the Lord and using the virtues that align with God's goodness and his character, by project or whatever it may be, you will be more successful. I learned this over time, not even with my own experiences, but with much more, and especially with welding. Welding led me to a deeper thinking from my SDL program. I'm so grateful to be in the program because not only did it give me time to think deeper, it gave me more time to learn more about various projects, styles, and tools, biblically, physically, and mentally, that helped me in my welding career and in my life as well, I'd like to share with you. God gives us tools to do good work and improves with the success with us. And with this, one of the tools I've most used and learned the importance with is preparation. God uses preparation, and I think preparation is crucial in the environment of welding or in our day-to-day lives. The Bible says to use preparation with the projects and the things we do. In Proverbs 24:27, it says, prepare your work outside. Get everything ready for yourself in the field, and after that, then build your house. In my welding experience, it's utterly critical that you have your job done right in almost every aspect, whether it's adjusting the million dials of the machine, knowing your amperage, knowing the thickness and gauges of your material, properly reading and drawing out blueprints and designs, knowing what fillet welds or proper welds that customer or person you're serving needs, and much more. I think cleaning is also important too. Metals can't be dirty when you're welding. I've learned that the hard way. I've gone a lot of trial and error, especially before I went to college. And you have to clean your materials, The more time you spend on something, the better it will come out. So the better and cleaner the metal is, the better that rod will fuse to it. And it will look prettier. I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good. With this, I had the opportunity to go to CCD with my SDL program, which is Colorado Community College of Denver. I was able to take their blueprint, reading, design, and fabrication course for learning how to properly weld, write blueprint, design blueprint, and much more. With welding, you need to have the accurate measurements, the right setup, and the right preparation for the job, whether that's for the machine, for the metal itself, or for the person welding the metal themselves. I think it's key to have everything right, prepared, and tuned correctly to have the proper job. And with preparation is assurance, because you spend so much time preparing and working hard at a goal that it reassures you you're going to have higher productivity from it. And the results within when I weld, I find almost 90% of the time when I prepare, it gives myself reassurance to do a better and more top quality job when I weld. I believe that the best things with the best results, no matter what it may be, take time. And that project, whatever it may be, that reflects the time that is put into it of how good it looks. I'm so grateful for SDL here at Front Range because not only of the time it gave me to learn this beautiful creative skill, but the time to go and learn more at CCD and serving others in my free time. Every project I've ever done, whether it's wrenching on cars, welding together metal, or serving others in my day-to-day life, has a similar process to how I weld. You prepare the work you're going to do for this person. You manage it, you set it up right because you want to serve this person well, just as you would serve yourself, just how Christ wants us to serve as well. This spring semester, I had the opportunity to interview the Director of Operations here at Front Range Christian School, Mr. Ross. This interview was on another level. It meant so much to me on a deeper level, mentally and biblically, with both my welding and my life. An amazing quote Mr. Ross says is, "The world says it's a race to the top. Jesus says it's a race to the bottom." That Jesus looks and calls for those who want to serve first. And from my experience of welding, I didn't have this kind of attitude. It changed my perspective. It changed my point of view of how I should weld for others rather than it's just another job for a buck. It made my attitude different, and it made it more positive as well. Knowing that God gave us creativity, and with that creativity to do good, that I can serve others through my welding as well. It's being able to serve and care for the person to the best of your ability, using the virtues and tools God gives you, like I mentioned. There's this one important thing you have to know from servitude, preparation, time. You know, we're all creative in our own way. And creativity is something our Maker does because he's pretty good at it. I'd say so myself looking around. I want you to know that you are one of God's greatest creations as well. Psalms 139:14 says, "For we are all fearfully and wonderfully made by God's works." Our God is a creator too. He doesn't, do things in a short manner of time, procrastinate just to get it done. He takes these virtues he gives us in the Bible to prepare, to take our time, to do it skillfully and according to his goodness. And he gives each of us unique skills to reflect his creativity in every aspect, in every way. So how could we? When in Romans 1:20 says, "The creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his internal power, and divine nature, has been seen and understood from what has been made." When we look around, it's kind of like welding. The cars you drive are welded. Most of the chairs you sit on every day are welded. The buildings you stand in are welded. Why not see that in the aspect of Christ? Your peers are created by Christ. The chairs and the camera work and everything around you has been made by someone who is a creation of Christ, who has skillfully put their time into it to create that for you. So why not treat it as the same as if you were doing it? This really hit me because I did used to question, if our God is creative or not in some aspects, because our world is broken. We have a broken world, sad enough to say, and it needs people like me who can go and weld it and fix it, and it needs people like you too who have God's creative skills to fix the problems around you, because they are going to continuously break, and we know it. And it's just my challenge to you to be ready for it, to challenge it, and to use your skills that God gave you creatively and good, to use them in goodness to his character, to reflect that and to fix things that need to be fixed. I am excited for this next season of my life with SDL, with this Capstone opportunity, and much more. More future projects in the summer and hopefully for the rest of my life. Sorry about slides, but I'm really excited. Front Range has provided me such a great opportunity with SDL to not only go and create, but to serve others. And with the job opportunities I have lined up with manufacturing cars for museums or much more artwork, I'm more excited to show God's creativity and skills of what I do with welding. And I hope that I can influence you today to use your skills to do it for the passion of God and to reflect Christ in what you do as well. I was a pretty rough kid growing up, and welding's dirty, working on cars is dirty. All the jobs I probably do, they're probably not the best, but you know what? It's the fact of serving others I've learned. And I don't even think it's about learning, but it's not about that anymore. At the end of the day, I'd rather serve someone with 100% of my heart than, learn from a job, half do it, and then keep on moving with life. So if I can leave you with anything today, it's just be the beautiful version of creativity Christ intended us to be. No matter if it's the dirty work or if it's whatever you are skillfully good at, use it, enable others, and fix this world for the good. I was going to say thank you. Thank you.
Johnny's made my job right now very difficult. I had a feeling of what I would say at this point, and after him delivering that so well, there's almost too much to say. I think we all are in awe of who Johnny is and the Christ-likeness that you radiate. May we all do what we do as well as he does what he does. At this time, we're going to open it up for questions. If you guys have anything you'd like to ask.
Could you go back to the projects?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I totally blanked out on the slides for
I
this.
just want to see some stuff that you've made.
So yeah, these are projects I started welding on when I was like younger. This was a bed I found on the side of the road. I made into a table, and I was like, Mom, like 12, 13? 13. It was pretty cool. It was nice. I used to work at a bike shop. I was a bike mechanic, so old vintage bikes, I'd weld and fix the frames on them, and I'd make custom stands out of various parts, and then
The rhino stands.
I'd make rhino stands for my dad for motocross, and then I'd also weld custom exhausts. I got a couple of jobs right now for some customers, which is pretty cool. You just weld custom exhausts and get it lined up for whatever material, aluminum, stainless, just regular steel for them. And then some more future projects I have here. I also have some welding art here. I'm gonna give some teachers. This is some pencil art I'm making throughout the year. So pencil holders for some things. It's just really cool. More projects I've done. Let's see here. Things. Yeah, this is like preparation. At school they would make you like at college, so to say, it's like they would make you make cardboard cutting first before you weld your project, and then you make it out of like this huge heavy beam of steel. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's so much grinding. And then yeah, just cool stuff like preparing your work for exhaust, making it all clean. You know, you don't want to weld on something ugly like that. It's kind of chunky. You know. Then more projects I'm really excited about. Mr. Cooper knows. Making a cool Spitfire grill for him, and I got some job a museum nearby my house that want to hire me to make more desks and grills for old vintage trucks and products like that, and more welding artwork. Here's just some blueprint designs I did. They're hard to see. I did pass with I think it's like 4.0. It's like the highest you can get in that college class, so I know how to properly weld and design blueprints accurately and write them out however I want. Have a field day. Sorry, any other questions? You know, it kind of catches me on a good or bad day, you know. Stick, you're probably sitting there lighting like a match 50 times before you actually get a weld out of it. I like it. This is like for more like dirty metals, like I was saying, that haven't been cleaned. If you just need to get a job done, you just strike it on there and weld. So if I'm in a hurry, I use this. If I'm not feeling like making it pretty but like decent, I'm using the MIG. If I want to make it really pretty and take my time, I'm using the TIG welder. So just manually taking my time and making that bead almost perfect all the way. So.
We'll have time for one more. I would like to know what the biggest challenge is about doing what you do.
Energy drinks? I don't know.
I resonate a lot.
It's a bad habit. Not being tired all the time. You know, just doing a lot of work. But I'd say the biggest challenge. I don't really know. I'm just so used to it that I have fun with creating what I do. I don't find it challenging. I make probably deadlines. I don't think any of us like deadlines or late homework, stuff like that for a customer. But I enjoy what I do, and you know, I get a quote. I write a quote for a customer, and you should see the faces on these people when they get their stuff back, and it's like nice and pretty, or like I fixed it, and it's like that's what makes me happy. Is like serving those people, serving the customers, money or not. You know, and getting their reaction, being like, "Wow, you did that. It's good." Stuff like that. So.
Awesome. Let's give one more round of applause.